Gdansk University is a partner of the trolley project, so that's why I'm here. But I'm not only a scholar, but also practitioner, because I'm presiding, chairing the supervisory board of Trolleybus company in Gdynia. This workshop is responsible for conversion the buses into the trolleybuses. So we are the only one company in Poland which does such conversion from bus into the trolleybuses, and this is a subject of today's presentations.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. During my presentation, I'm going to show three case studies of bus to trolleybus conversion. The first case study will be City of Gdynia, of course, and also I will present very shortly, but I will present two next case studies. It will be City Szeged and City Tychy. It is also one of the city in Poland which has trolleybus transport. And in each of this city I will say something about determinations of the conversion, about technical principles, which will be the main part of this presentation, and about realization of conversion. First assumption was to use well-proved construction of buses, because, as I said, at this time, this was very big market of second-floor buses, second-hand buses, and the assumption was to use this market of second-hand buses and to buy relatively cheap second-hand buses and to rebuild it as trolleybuses. So we decided to buy trolleybuses Mercedes OFAR 405 because it is well proved and good construction. And we decided to use the electrical equipment from scrapped trolleybuses, from scrapped Jelcz trolleybuses. It is electrical equipment with DC traction motor with contactor rheostatic control of propulsion. We were aware that it is not modern construction, but for us this electrical equipment was for free because it was from scrapped trolleybuses. And the next assumption was that this conversion will be made in our workshop, which means that these workers will be in fact for free because we use labor workers from our company. So, as a result of this assumption, it was possible to get one low-floor trolleybus for price about 50,000 euros. So it was very competitive to buying of the new vehicles. And what was the main task of conversion? Of course, the main task was choosing the coachwork of type of the vehicles and traction drive. Another very important task was how to organize bus to trolleybus conversion from the low point of view. Because trolleybus is something different between bus and tram, and also it is something between trams and buses, and also from low point of view it is complicated to say what is this trolleybus, because in every country the laws is completely different about trolleybuses. For example, in Czech Republic, trolleybuses from low point of view are rail vehicles. In Poland, they are road vehicles. So we were very afraid how to make homologation for these new vehicles, and we were afraid that it will be necessary to precede full vehicle homologation after making of this bus to trolleybus conversion. But fortunately, it was after a few months of searching by lawyers, it was find one solution that conversion bus to trolleybus, it can be take as a only changing of drive. For example, if you are buying car, diesel car, personal car, you can change drive, you can change engine to gas engine. And also we made something like that with this conversion, with these buses and trolleybuses. So from low point of view, this conversion is exchanging diesel motor to electric motor. And of course, it was during this conversion, it was need to make a lot of works, which I will present in the next slide. So the first conversion was made in year 2004. So first step of this conversion are mechanical works. So when this bus arrives to depot, it needs to disassembly, to remove all bus equipment connected with diesel engine. So engine, of course, and gearbox and fuel box also. After it is before assembling electric equipment, it needs to make some changes in mechanical construction in these buses. And the third step of conversion is assembling of electrical motors, electrical equipment. So we have two photos of it. And next step is turning everything into move, and we have trolleybus ready to go. So there is on this slide, there is present localization of equipment in these trolleybuses. As I said, to this first trolleybuses, we use electrical equipment from scrapped trolleybuses, old scrap trolleybuses. So it was based on DC series traction motor, controlled with resistors and connectors, so it was not old-fashioned. And equipment was localized in place of diesel engine, so in the end part of buses. This is another scheme of this trolleybus, and this scheme of end part of trolleybus. So we see there the main part of electrical equipment. We see contactors, switches, and alternator and resistors. Braking resistor are localized on the roof of the trolleybus. So at the end of my presentation, I'm going to present some comparison of the advantages and disadvantages of conversion. The main advantage is that we can get low floor trolleybus from relatively small cost, and also it is one of the ways that can improve the opinion about trolleybus system. But from other hand, of course, this conversion had some disadvantages. I can say that the economical results, economical effect of conversion are much better if we are using electrical equipment from the old trolleybuses, scrap trolleybuses, because this electrical equipment is in fact for free, than in case when we are buying completely new electrical equipment. Because in this case, this economical result is not so good like in previous case. And thank you for your attention, and I'm waiting for questions.
No. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, dear colleagues, I would like to talk about the economic efficiency of diesel bus conversion into trolleybuses in Gdynia, because it was not only a technician problem, but also an economical one. The main aim of conversion was to increase the number of low-floor buses, which would be of both a modern and durable construction. The equipment installed on the vehicles converted at the first stage on conversion, the years 2004 to the year 2008, taken from the old vehicles, was based on a direct current engine. At the second stage on conversion, Mr. Bartłomiejczyk told it, in the years 2009 and 2010, the vehicles were equipped with new altering current engines and a power electronic traffic control system. In the years 2004 and 2010, 22 out of 28 converted vehicles were fitted with the old engines. One was in the year 2005 was equipped with a transitory solution, and 5 more recently covered vehicles were equipped with a fully innovative engine. Considering different reasons for the conversion of old buses into trolleybuses at the first stage and at the second stage, its economic efficiency should be determined for each stage, with the exception of one vehicle, which incorporated a transitory solution, and as such should be treated as a separate element of the assessed group. The time devoted to the conversion of a particular vehicle was varied and lasted between 3 to 8 months. It has a great influence on the economic efficiency of the conversion. In the case of 24 vehicles, the smallest time frame was required. The longest conversion, 8 months, was the conversion of the first vehicle at the second stage. It was a conversion which included the implementation of a new system, and of course the long duration of its conversion resulted in its higher price. And here we see the relation and differences between the initial value of the converted vehicles and the brand new trolleybuses at the third stage of conversion. We see the total sums of the initial value of the converted vehicles and the initial value of the brand new vehicles. The converted vehicles are, of course, the Mercedes 0405, and the value and the brand new vehicles are Solaris 12T. And as you see, the relation between the values of the converted and brand new trolleybuses are 26%. So the average relation amounted to 26%, which means that at this stage of conversion, on average, 4 converted vehicles were introduced for every brand new trolleybus. The functional effect of the more rapid introduction of low-floor trolleybuses was achieved. And here you see the relation and differences between the initial value of the converted vehicles and the brand new vehicles at the second stage of conversion. We see the initial value of the converted vehicles, the initial value of the brand new vehicles, and the relation between the values of the converted and brand new vehicles. The relation was 37%. That means that on average, relation for 5 converted vehicles at that time amounted to 37, which means that on average 3 converted vehicles were introduced for every one brand new trolleybus at this stage. The functional effect of a quicker introduction of low-floor trolleybuses together with an additional exploitation and economic effect of a smoother drive and a lower power consumption were achieved. And the third stage of conversion in the years 2011 and 2012, the positive perception of the conversion of used vehicles in both technical and economical aspects resulted in the decision to continue the process. In the third stage, as Dr. Bartłomiejczyk said, two modern Mercedes 0530 Citaro were converted into trolleybuses. These vehicles are equipped with AC, which distinguish them from the other converted vehicles. They also have a stronger backup drive, which allows them to travel more kilometers without the power tracks. As part of the third stage of conversion, a new project involving two Solaris Urbino 12 buses was taken on. The conversion of the first one will be ready at the end of this year. And summing up the economic analysis of diesel buses conversion into trolleybuses. First of all, the procedure of conversion of used buses into trolleybuses in TTC can be perceived as being economically efficient. Due to the conversion, the process of exchange of the old fleet to new low-floor vehicles was substantially quickened. And particular exploitation and economic effects were also achieved. And at the end, the structure of the TTC fleet in the year 2012. In 2012, the make-up of the fleet of the TTC is dominated by low-floor trolleybuses, which consists 95% of the entire fleet of this operator. At the end of this year, we'll achieve 100% of low-floor trolleybuses, so we shall have only low-floor trolleybuses. 35% of these vehicles were obtained by conversion, which means that about 1 out of 3 vehicles was previously a low-floor bus. The vast majority of the brand new vehicles within the TTC fleet are a result of the company's participation in 2 European Union projects. As part of the project, 38 vehicles were purchased and partially financed by the European Union. This in turn means that only 13 low-floor vehicles were obtained in other way than of a conversion or an European Union project. So the conversion was a very important part of the restructuring of the TTC fleet, and without conversion, it wasn't be possible to say in 2002, at the end of this year, of 2012, that we have only low-floor trolleybuses, which is a great success of our city and of our company. I am very grateful to all the persons who were engaged in the project, and it is very nice to say that the project was successful in technical and economical aspects. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege and honor to present you some findings on converted trolleybuses, about perception of converted trolleybuses, because this part of seminar is dedicated to conversion, and it has very logic layout. We started from technical features, then Professor Wyszomirski, who is my boss in the Department of Transportation Market at University of Gdansk, told about economic effects, and I will try to finish with some marketing issues which might be transformed into political elements for decision makers. Because as we discussed for last few days, trolleybuses have sometimes problems with its image. This image is quite problematic, especially for decision makers and for some people or decision makers from cities not having trolleybus systems. So perception of trolleybuses. Based on marketing research conducted under Professor Wyszomirski supervision in 2004, we find out that image of trolleybus is weaker than in case of bus. So we can see the gap quality, and higher marks are here and worse marks are here. And we can see that in case of speed, in case of comfort, in case of punctuality, trolleybuses are buses are better evaluated than trolleys. It is very good to have such marketing information system providing us a lot of valuable information, because it's very good background for decision making. But in the framework of Trolley project, as a capitalization activity, we try to find out what are the difference, or is there a difference between evaluation of converted trolleys and modern trolleys. So we made a research, but here we can see that converted trolleys up to 2010 formed substantial share of trolley fleet in the city of Gdynia. One remark, I focused only on older converted vehicles. I don't present any research related to latest converted vehicles, which are Mercedes Citaro, because I hope it will be growing number of vehicles, but now there are not of a big number in our fleet. And we provided research in May 2012. We based on interviews with passengers of public transport vehicles. We divided 1,106 passengers into 5 groups. 3 groups of similar number were related to types of trolleybuses which are in Gdynia. These are Jelcz, these are Mercedes, converted Mercedes 0405, and very brand modern Solaris Trollino. Apart of trolleybuses, we formed 2 groups of citizens, one with modern Solaris Urbino bus and one with older buses Mercedes 0405. And there is a little excerpt from our research. Perception of converted trolleys, we compared them with modern trolleybus, which is Solaris Trollino 12. It is like comparing maybe Bayern München to a 3rd league or 2nd league team. In some cases it may survive, but if we take a look on few features, it has no opportunity to stand this comparison. There is big difference in evaluating particular features of modern Solaris Trollino, which is here the red one, and converted trolleybus, which is blue one. These are aggregated numbers of opinions of passengers. We can see that there is only passengers could choose only one feature, one decisive feature. So most of them, there is big difference in case of modernity, but ecological, because they have only one possibility to choose, naturally go for a converted trolley. 32% of respondents chosen modernity as the most important feature describing Trollino, while only 10% in case of converted vehicle. It is quite big gap between those vehicles. What are basic tools of marketing communication in target groups? It's internet communication as a leading medium and outdoor advertising as a support medium. and summary of the basic tools of marketing communication for both target groups, mainly social media for younger passengers or younger citizens, and for Group B, for older passengers, mainly events. As a supporting medium for younger passengers, we can find outdoor advertisement and public relations, and this is similar for both groups. What might be strategic alliances to improve the communication, to improve the range of activities? Gdańsk University of the Third Age, and primary schools located in the area covered by the operation of trolleybuses. It could be very promising target group, especially teachers in case of mobility, training, educational campaigns addressed to kids and children. There are some measures that should be introduced to evaluate the development and effectiveness of strategic actions. And because I see the time is running out, I just skip documents, I skip element related with trolleys and strategic documents, because we find out that trolleybuses should be present in every strategic document elaborated for decision makers in the city. It is to some extent insurance for trolleybus future. Of course, every strategic document may be changed and trolleybuses might be reduced or even kicked out, but I think that it is much harder, and today preparation or elaboration of such strategic documents need also some social participation. So I believe that trolleybuses in Gdynia are well secured. They were present in first version of Gdynia Development Strategy, which was improved in 2003. They are also existing in transport policy of Gdynia. They are also, to some extent, visible in Sustainable Urban Transport Plan elaborated under Bus Trip project. They are all, of course, present in Study for Conditions and Directions of Spatial Development, which is obligatory document for every city. And we have to prepare a transport plan according to new National Act on Public Transport, and I think that strong position of trolleybuses should be confirmed. There might be possible development without network because of growing number of vehicles with traction batteries, and I think because also of growing importance of ecological issues on European and local level. To summarize, there is a need for constant marketing research regarding transport needs and behavior of citizens. It is starting point for preparation of every strategic document, but also strategies like for trolleybuses. Marketing information system provides valuable input for further documents and actions. Converted trolleybuses are better evaluated by passengers in comparison to buses of similar class, and I think this is very good new and findings of our research. But of course, which is obvious, modern trolleybuses are better evaluated than converted vehicles. The conversion story needs another chapter, Citaro vehicles, and at the end I must say I'm very pleased with development of this idea in our city. Thank you very much. I am ready for questions.